Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Spoken and Heard Open Mic here at Kick Butt Coffee in Austin, Texas? I'm Ernie B. Here's your host, Lost in Thought, and the lovely Hot Tamale. Where overproduction is our name. Oh, they won't shut off. Wait, hold on. Okay. Now I can't get the lights to stop. Okay, there. Oh, 15. Hold on, I'm coming. I got a lot of buttons to push at the same time. Okay.
I should have. There I am. Okay. No. Lost in Thought is the gorgeous bitch. Look at him. Love him. Marvel in his tucked-in shirt.
Why is there so much high end?
I don't
Oh, I know what.
know.
Game was
High end?
Or
High end what?
or as I say during the week, I don't know, I just work here.
high end frequencies.
Oh, okay. Lane. Lane. Stop blowing.
That's what she said.
Not in my case.
What's happening, Kickball? You're about to witness the baddest open mic in the ATX, spoken and heard live every Sunday night at Kick Butt Coffee, music and
booze.
That's right, this is not your average ordinary coffee shop. We do have a full bar. And behind the bar tonight, we have the Viking Danimal, who will keep you fed, caffeinated, and
Buzzed.
but nothing shows your undying love and affection to your bartender like what? Too soon. Tips, just the tip. Tip your bartender. Not with that tip. And
Are we ready going there?
We're already there. I got that. That was not me. That was the audience. Okay.
Can't
For
have a nice
change.
Sunday afternoon.
I know.
We have got to go to the gutter.
I know. But your bartender will feel your undying love and affection when you stuff his tip jar with dead presidents. Yes, he will. Okay, don't go there anymore, please. You're ruining my mojo. Okay.
No, everything you say.
And the drink specials tonight are mixed wells, $4.25. Get your antioxidants and your booze at the same time. Get something as delicious and breakfasty as a screwdriver.
Really?
Yeah. Or if you want to be down and funky like the rest of us, get a whiskey and Coke. Why not? Something like that, $4.25. Lane.
What's a cool summer drink?
A Cosmo?
How about like a Long Island iced tea or
Not
something?
sure if a Cosmo is a summer
Long
thing.
Island iced tea during the day?
Well, it's going to be 5 o'clock already.
No, gin and tonic. Gin is so gross. I'm sorry. I've never got used to it. Boo.
That's what they use to make martinis with, right?
Yeah.
I hate martinis. Somebody gave me a martini one time. I was like, yeah.
That's right up there with Scotch whiskey.
I don't like Scotch either.
Okay. If you want to come up here and sing your song, dance your dance, strut your stuff, and dance better than Polo Shirt here. You know what? He usually wears cooler shirts. I know. But see, with this one, all we see is his nipples. You're cold, right? I just heard the groan from the crowd going, oh, man. But yeah, if you want to come up here and do your thing, come over to Lost in Thought, me, Hot Tamale, or Ernie B behind the sound board. Go over to Ernie B just so he can say.
I'm actually not too exhausted today.
I know he actually had almost a full week off.
Almost.
Nice.
How many days? 4?
4 days off. Well, we went out on Monday, so that doesn't count. And what did I do Tuesday? I slept Tuesday.
You slept.
Wednesday, I did laundry.
And
Thursday, I did nothing. Well, I did some editing. I don't know, but
Well, you didn't have to leave the house, so that's a good thing.
No.
Okay. And let me see. Open mic pointers, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
open mic pointers. Let me switch from the spray to my phone. Lane, why don't you riff while I'm pulling this up?
Lane doesn't know how
I'm
to
looking at one dude there, and he's kind of make me think of Brian Lamont a little.
Where? No.
Hi.
Just bend down.
Because he has a beard?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
No, I know. Just because he has.
Well,
a beard?
no, the bandana
The
as
bandana.
Oh well. yeah.
Okay, wait. That's my attention. Walgreens.
It looks like it looks like they would hang together.
Yeah.
well. Brian Lamont was a very beloved guy. They just come here.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Open mic pointers. Wait, how many people do we have?
92.
Maybe about
Ernie,
six
please.
Maybe about 7 or 8 or so.
Okay, so this might be a 2-song night. Just make sure neither one of them is Inagata Davida, and we can get you guys in and off the stage very well.
Or no, you got to change the Inagata Via to what's the other song by the Moody Blues? Breathe Deep. Where
Nights in White Satin.
yeah, Nice White Sound. That song's I think it's even longer if you include that big ending thing.
Okay, let me see. So 5 minutes or 2 songs so we can get everybody on stage. And when I say 5 minutes, I'll give you a little phone flash at the end of the 5 minutes. Support your open mic and buy something from the bar.
Oh, and by the way, the phone flash doesn't mean you got to stop. That means wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to say. And then my mother said, yeah, just you can wrap it up from there.
Yeah, if you see the light, that means okay.
Yeah.
Reel it in.
Kind of like what would they do like at the awards?
Oh, the orchestra would start playing. Well, some of the orchestra would come in really lightly, like, or the piano would start tinkling a little bit. Yeah.
Move! Okay. Can you cuss Lost in Thought?
I think we answered that question when we talked about Dick, but yes, fuck yes.
Dick isn't cussing, it's a body part.
True.
No,
it
it's a
can
name.
also be a person.
Yo. Little Dick. Okay. Let me see. Be considerate and quiet while other performers are on stage, but like Lost in Thought says,
We love audience participation, even during a piece. But look around you and read the room.
No,
Yes.
no heckling.
no heckling when somebody's clearly going through something emotional. And when you are on stage, pimp your product. If you're going to be performing downtown, let us know. If you have something on SoundCloud or Bandcamp, let us know. Do you have a T-shirt with your face on it and your tour dates? Let us know. That's the only way we're going to know. Right here, this is the place to do it. And if you are on the list and you are not here when your name is called, we will move on. So if you're out smoking in your car and you don't hear your name called, sorry. Wah, wah.
Why is everybody always smoking in their car?
I don't know.
What-
Because this is Austin.
Can't they just step outside to have a smoke? Why do they got to be in their
No,
car?
because you got to run the air conditioner. Hello.
What if they don't like to smoke in their
You're
car?
not going to be like sweating and smoking.
Because then your car starts to smoke. 'Cause I know smokers that don't smoke in their own cars because they don't want their car to stink.
Okay, Ernie B. And
I like to point these things out.
and I did want to introduce you guys to the one of the other aspects of my life. You know where I work. My coworker and friend Nikki. She's up in the Godfather booth. She sees me when I've got my retail face on. Yes, and it's like as soon as it's 11 p.m. where I'm just like, fuck y'all, I'm out of here. Yes, that's exactly what I do. I go into the bathrooms to like make sure homeless people don't like camp out in the bathroom and start taking a shower, washing their pits.
Astro Lagoon just log in.
Oh, from Germany.
From Germany,
What's up?
yeah. Accidentally, he says it's a friendly time because we're starting early, so it's not 3 a.m. It's 1 a.m. over there now.
Oh, okay. So last call
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
So
Okay, cool.
if someone knocks on the door, is that how you, if they're closed, like you say, we're closed?
Well, I mean, at first I'm subtle. At first, if somebody's like, I'm like, and if they don't take that, then we commence with the yelling.
Yeah.
We're closed. Go home.
Like Tracy Ullman.
Okay. I'm sorry. It had to filter through the Lost in Thought to English translator in my head. You know. I was like, yes.
And speaking of coworkers, my coworker Cindy has made a return.
Woo! All right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're the one that gave me the dad joke, right? Yeah, I remember now. I still have it here. I still have it.
Okay, Lost in Thought. Are we? Oh, wait. And Tom, again, I am very happy that you are back.
Me
You
too.
are the hype man. The show starts without you, but it's so quiet.
Or as Steven Tyler would say, he's back. He's back in the saddle again.
It's more of a sedate start. But with Tom, he like bubbles and balloons and confetti and woo! Every day is New Year's Day. Something like that. Okay, lost of thought. You ready to start?
Yes, I am.
Okay, who's first?
Okay, let's give it up for Mr. Tie-Dye Under the Sea himself. Let's hear it for Mr. Tom Moon and anyone else who's going to get up on the stage.
Okay, just letting you guys know, do not sit on the stage. I've been sticking to the stage.
If you've ever been here before, you know this is a place for you all. Don't just sit there. Come on up right now. You will be heard. You have your own time as well, but I love being ignored. I love all colors. I love all shapes. I like all sizes. I like having stereo microphones so it's not monologue where you have a tendentious, long-winded, boring person. Come on the stage. Come on. And on this mic, please tell us why you're here, because I need to know that you have a reason for being here. Even if you have no reason, make it up, make it existential. This is a temporary autonomous zone, which means that all colors are legal, all sizes, all shapes. Whatever you call yourself is real. Speak to it, because you're there. Go.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay. Hi, my name's Shay.
Yeah.
And what I'm speaking to today is somebody called me a derogatory term
A derogatory
for
term.
gay
Never use
on
them.
Instagram.
Yep.
And so I'm just here to talk about that.
Please do. Oh, that's what she's going to talk about. Okay. Come on, Spooky.
And also come out.
Oh, yeah. Oh! Well, you see the balloons are pink, so let's come on. All the colors are legal. Spooky, tell us why you're here.
I'm here to tell jokes.
Yes.
Hopefully they're funny.
Yeah.
So I guess find out.
We will, won't we? And come.
Oh,
This is really
I come here every Sunday,
She
so I haven't
does.
really thought about it that much.
Don't need to think about it. The fact of the matter is you're here, and this presence makes things change. Like, I just came from I'm trying to get off the addiction to Zoom. I'm saying that we actually need to get back together again. Okay, that COVID, it made distances that are artificial between us. It made separations between us into separation anxiety. So some people no longer can indulge in physical conversation. Some people sit there quivering in their seats thinking they have to be an audience. Some people buy tickets to ACL and South by Southwest forgetting that their own show is alive. Some people think that the Second Amendment is more important than the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech and assembly. Come on up and share it if you can. Come, cousin, you know that. Yeah, no. See, yes is the only response, but he says no. I prefer I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so Hakim Bey wrote this beautiful book called Temporary Autonomous Zones, which is about the rave culture. And the rave culture is specifically good. People like me did poetry in the chill-out rooms because people were Evian, floating on some mystical fluids or other artificial additives, and they actually felt attuned, so poetry could find a home within them, physically, bodily, psychically, spiritually, and all the rest of it. Well, that is here now. You don't need a soundtrack. You are the soundtrack, you are the show, you're the reason you're here. You don't know the other people sitting next to you yet, but by the end of this afternoon's matinee session, you will have found yourself tangentially tied up in the auras of interesting and exotic individuals who have all chosen to evolve together, even if they don't know why they're here in the first place. So you don't need to have a reason. The fact is you're here, right? That's it. And beyond that point of time, everything else is unknown. We don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what's going to happen next, but something good is going to happen. And these mics are the conduit for it. And you don't have to be on mic, but it sure is good to be heard, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Where else can you actually go and shout through a microphone and call it poetry? Hey? Where else? Nowhere. So places like this are precious and unique, and you are precious and unique because you're part of the reason we're here. Not just part, a big part. Because, okay, the lights are here, the stage is here, the balloons are here, the bubbles are here, but they need the activation. They need the freedom of speech and assembly. They need you to express your full being in any way, shape, color, form, hallucination that you may choose at the time. I may be making this up as we go along, but isn't that the point? But isn't that the point of our being here? Is to make it up as we go along. This is no script. There's no one else. This is no karaoke. No, this is no one else's life. This is our lives for one short time together. What do you say, Lost in Thought?
I say yes.
Yes!
Isn't that what they said at the end of Yellow Submarine? Yes! That's true! Give it up for Tom Moonbird of the Airport Boulevard Experience!
Yes.
Just to let you folks know, once you are part of the Airport Boulevard Experience, you will always be a part of the Airport Boulevard Experience. And it's getting really hard to book reunion places these days because we're kind of numbering in the thousands and Holiday Inn doesn't want to take us anymore. We're a little too loud and rowdy for artists, seriously. We make musicians look tame. I mean, come on now. We're all just partying. And what the hell is he doing?
I don't know. He's supposed to be hosting right now, and he's like off the stage.
I know. He's supposed to be up here with me.
I'm just prepping
Okay,
peeps.
wait.
Thank you. See, raise the mic a little higher. That way he doesn't have to point up his nose and point it at his mouth.
How's that?
That's a little better. No, not like that. Yeah.
Like that.
Perfecto.
He's going to move it.
And he's going to be like, okay, folks, coming up next, we've got this
And when he walks
amazing musician. It's like, ah!
he used to fiddle with the stand so much that when the next person would go up there, it'd be all rickety. Like,
I know, they'd be like, thank you. And the mic would just fall, and thank you, lost in thought.
The mic fell for me.
Okay, who's coming up next? Come on.
Oh.
Oh.
Who is actually coming up next? It's a voice I don't think we've heard from in a little while.
In
But-
a long time.
They have returned. Let's hear it for Shay.
Ernie. She needs a dongle. I just like saying dongle.
will you be quiet? I'm coming.
I know.
Oh, here it goes. Here we go. I'm just kidding.
Just for that, I'm not wearing my outfit for you tonight.
Oh. Oh, that's funny. He's so funny. Go on this side? Yeah, I probably should. I'm a little short, so. Am I too loud?
Yeah, she told me she was going to need that earlier, but I didn't know she was up already. But anyway, let me turn that on for you. Make sure your volume's up.
Okay, do you need me to test it out, Ernie?
Yeah, let's make sure we got some signal there. There it is.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and skip it a little bit because it's long and I don't have much time up here. Okay. Hi, as he said, my name is Shay. This first song is Creep by Radiohead. And I chose it because, again, I was called a derogatory term on Instagram, and I'm a weirdo, and I'm cool with it. So, you know, I came out as bisexual. Woo! Bring it on. This is for you, whoever you were. When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. It says accessory not supported. So I'm gonna figure that out.
And that's an iPhone dongle too. I mean an Apple dongle.
Let's see if that works.
Try it
I
again.
could also wing it. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe it's okay, Ernie. I don't know if this can have feedback, but I'm gonna mess with it. Should I mess with it? Or
Yeah, go
should
ahead.
I?
Just see if you can get it.
Okay.
And
Okay,
just kind of
can-
leave it.
Okay, I want to unplug it and plug it back in. I just don't want any feedback.
Go ahead.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's test that. Oh, no. I don't know if it's me. Maybe it's me. It's my plug-in.
No, it's still.
Oh, there
you
it goes. Let me see. Maybe if I. Let's start it. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. And I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special. I'm just gonna wing it. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Oh, oh, she's running out again. She run, 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 run. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I do belong here. I do have one more song, but I'm going to have to do it most likely without music. So I didn't get much time on the last one, so hopefully this is okay. Okay, here it goes. Thank you. Let's see. This is actually for the Latinx community. We don't always get represented with everything going on. But I have a feeling since the Flamin' Hot movie came out, we may be having our time. So this is I Know Where I've Been from the Hairspray, the musical. There's a light in the darkness, though the night is as brown as my skin. There's a light burning bright, showing me the way, 'cause I know where I've been. There's a cry in the distance. It's a voice that comes from deep within. It's a cry asking why, showing me the way, yes. 'Cause I know where I've been, yeah. There's a road we've been traveling, lost so many on the way, but the riches will be plenty, worth the price and the price we had to pay. There's a dream in the future. It's a struggle that we have yet to win. And there's a pride in my heart. I pray the answer's up ahead, yes. Because I know where I've been, yeah. There is a voice we must travel. There is a promise that we must make. And the riches will be plenty, worth the price, and the price we had to pay. There's a dream in the future. It's a struggle that we have yet to win. And I know where I've been, yeah. Lord knows I know where I've been, yeah. I thank Lord for the God, 'cause I know where I've been, yeah. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Shay. Woo!
I have to apologize for the dongle thing. We had a discussion about this last week about how Apple switched to the Thunder Lightning port things, and now you have to get those stupid dongles. And that's an Apple certified dongle, and it still disconnects all the time. You know, and now and next week, with the new iPhone 15s, they're doing away with the Lightning port, and they're coming out with the USB-C ports, like everyone else. I wish they'd just bring the little 1/8-inch plug back. It works. Why change it? You know, right?
Anybody want to buy a couple of lightning cords?
It's like if it's not broken, don't fix it.
I've always kept extras, and now I think I have like 4. Oh my. That's a good idea. Oh
But
my
that
God.
happens a lot here when we have performers, you know, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me. It's
You
terrifying
have to
for the
keep
performer.
adapting gear, yeah.
And you're trying to sing up there, and then the music stops. Like, okay, rant over.
But like she said earlier, no, you don't need music. Amazing acapella
No, you
voice.
do not.
Thank
No.
you. Woo-woo!
When you did talk about like an representation of musicals, you also reminded me of one of my new favorite musicals, which is In the Heights. Yeah. Oh, such a great fun. I've never heard that. Is it? Nice.
All right. So don't forget about the drink specials, folks. Mixed Wells, $4.25. And there's also some delicious baked goods in the case right now.
Delicious.
And woo, Spooky got snazzy. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo.
He's in his nighttime attire.
He looks hot. All right.
Oh, I'd
but
like
yeah.
to also say, give a shout out to Sean Holman watching on YouTube.
Ooh. Hey, Sean. Sup? Okay.
What?
I know, it's like all of a sudden it was just quiet. Okay, lost of thought. Who's coming up next?
No, when you're talking about his night attire, it made me think of Baywatch because like they did a secondary series that tried to go into X-Files territory and called it Baywatch Nights.
He's wearing a suit and you thought of Baywatch?
No, because like when you said in this nighttime attire, there was another series called Baywatch Nights.
Okay, lost of thought. Like I said before, who's coming up next?
Who is coming?
Indeed.
Oh, I know who's coming up next.
Tell me before we all die of excitement.
Literally. Let's hear it for Miss JoJo.
Woo!
Don't do that. Just lower the boom. Because when you do that, it's going to make it more stuck.
It's so dumb. Why do you think I go so slow up the stairs? I got horrible knees. Come over here, sweetie. Yep. Okay, is that
Okay.
good? Is that good?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, get right on.
Okay. During the time of my falling away, when dark clouds skewed my truth, I announced my condition as needy and overcome. I pressed you sore to address my malaise, as you had always justified my willfulness. Instead, you advised me to rise up and go up into the ledges to seek the higher shelves on the rocky side. There I could sort out my complaint you offered. Beyond the eye, I cried pitifully. Beyond the eye. As you turned, I noticed you as a shadow, halt and stricken. Ashamed, I realized all the time it was you. I put it away. Later, I inquired of your situation and found that you had ascended to those higher ledges on the rocky side to the utmost shelves. You repose there among the red pines, and children carry your sandals. Clouds kiss your face. Singers report of your going beyond the eye. Your name is Sam. That was my sister. Brought a friend with me tonight. This is Old Krusty. It's my snot rag. Ode to my snot rag. Most needed at this time of cedar fever, flu, and of course the pandemic. I went to the rag drawer and hey, look, my rag, resting in the drawer. Come on, it's time to get busy, I said as I unfolded it. Close the drawer. Being a thinker, genius of sorts, I rolled the rag around my hand, secure now for quick sneezes. I can brush across my nose unobjectfully and walk, able to swing my arms freely to rhythm. A sudden wind swept the rag up and away and went onto the windshield of an unaware and driver and stuck there. Surprised the driver at the red light and sour and angry look at me. I said, the poor man looks upset. He wondered what he had for breakfast. Uh-oh. Now and here, I will share with other poets my rag. Poets are always in need. We're the last one on the totem pole. We're always needing something. So any poet that needs even a quick sneeze, I'm willingly offer the left corner of my friend. Just ask. I call her Old Krusty. She's worn out from all those blowjobs.
What?
I have ADHD and I'm never organized. This is me. This is just one more. Shells. How's about we fall down to the islands where it's hot and we can hang out like laundry? You can gather inklings and tie them on strings. I will attempt once more to kick these demons with that sticky island hooch. I knew I have been hard and pressed you sore, but friends I know down there could bring you comfort in case I fall away. Thank you, guys.
JoJo with some nice family quality material there. We're not after giving blowjobs.
Let's hear it for JoJo. Because I was trying to think, how does a dish rag give blowjobs? But
Boy, you've really been out of the dating game for a while, haven't you?
but speaking, because like it makes me think of a hand towel, which makes me think of like someone using that as a mouth, which makes me think of that episode of South Park where Cartman was, I'm sorry, Hot Tamale, was imitating, was it J-Lo?
J-Lo, yeah.
With his hand.
I like
What?
I like burritos and tacos. Taco taco, burrito, taco taco.
Ernie?
That's what they did.
All right, lost in thought. What is your favorite thing to get from the bar?
Well, I do love those smoothies, but I really enjoy the chicken barbecue pizza.
That is good.
Barbecue chicken pizza.
Barbecue chicken
with
pizza, yes.
red onions. It is so yummy. Oh my god! But see, which one did you get today?
3 meat, also very delicious.
Doesn't that have Elgin sausage on it?
It does.
Elgin.
Okay, you're in Texas, Chicago boy. It's Elgin.
Do you order a Belgian waffle? No, you get a Belgian waffle. Case closed.
Anyway, lost in thought. Who's coming up next?
Coming up next. This next performer, he sings, he makes us laugh, he makes us think. And tonight, he is dressed in his best. Let's hear it for Spooky McDougal.
All right, thanks, y'all. Just son of a bitch. The whole point. I also dressed like this because it's fucking cold in here, and I am a tiny person. All right, I'm gonna have this over here to help me for a minute. One of the reasons why I like coming here is because of the host. Let's give it up for our host, by the way. But I wanted to say something about Lane. I love how Lane always associates things with some piece of media. Oh, that reminds me of this. That reminds me of that. And I'm kind of the same way, where I'll be like, oh, that reminds me of this science fiction short story by Robert Sheckley about a Wall Street guy who took acid and he's tripping out and he thinks that he's a cockroach. But then it turns out that he actually is a cockroach and he's tripping on acid, hallucinating that he's a Wall Street guy. So, did this thing fall again? Okay.
Oh,
The reason why I brought this up here is because I wanted to rip off George Carlin a little bit and be like, oh, I have this note here from the American Association of Allergists, and it says, fuck pollen. I'm actually a maintenance guy. I do maintenance at an apartment complex, and the coolest thing about my job, let me move this is weird, is I get to meet everybody's dogs. I have a lot of dog friends. But some of the dogs they don't want to be my friend. They get really upset and bark and stuff, and the people are always like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, don't apologize. Your dog's just doing its job, Nothing wrong with that. But I noticed that the dogs that are like the most aggressive are the tiny ones, because they have TDS, tiny dog syndrome. Not to be confused with the other TDS, tiny dick syndrome. Which, if you think about, is kind of the same thing, because tiny dogs are jerks because they're tiny. In the same way, guys with tiny dicks are jerks because, well, their dicks are tiny. So anyway, I think we've talked enough about penis tonight. Never more dick. Jeez. Anyway, so I was saying is at my job, there's this one dog. His name is Noodle. Swear to God, it's his real name. And he's a tiny dog, and he gets upset when you're there, that you're not his family. But he will calm down if you tell him that you're his friend. So, like, if he's going apeshit and you're like, no, Noodle, friend, Noodle, I'm your friend, Noodle, then he calms down. But the problem is that Noodle never remembers your friends. So you just have to remind him. And I feel like it's one of those things where, that goes without saying, you shouldn't have to tell people certain things. They should already know them. For example, when I started doing apartment maintenance, my first boss was like, look, 2 things. Number 1, don't fuck around on the golf carts. This isn't Fast and Furious. Number 2, you're not here to go on dates. You're not here to get laid. No pussy is worth losing your job over. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, yeah, no shit. You know, you don't have to tell me that. Well, apparently you do have to tell some people that. You do have to tell grown-ass men to not fuck around on the golf carts, or hit on the chick with the giant rainbow flag in her living room and then pull the nice guy routine when she doesn't want to go on a date with you. Yeah, that guy was a real piece of work. You could say he had tiny dog syndrome. That's the best I could come up with for a punchline. Apparently, Mike Tyson has his own line of cannabis products, and so I thought of this joke, like, you know, oh, it'll get you so high you might bite somebody's ear off. But apparently, he already has a line of gummies that are in the shape of ears. So he basically beat me to the punch. I have a cat. He's very old. My cat is so old, he remembers the first black president. Well, he's 20, which is like super old in cat years. And it is like living with somebody's grandpa. He is always hungry. He takes lots of naps. He watches Fox News, and I don't understand. But me and my cat actually have a lot in common. We both love to eat ice cream, but oh my God, is this my work phone calling me? Because I'm on call. Oh no, thank God.
That was me. Sorry.
No worries, dude. I was really afraid I'm on call that like they were gonna call, which might work out. I could be like, hello, what's wrong? You're drunk and you can't get in your apartment? Sucks to be you. I'm on stage telling jokes. Anyway, back to my cat. I love my cat. We have a lot in common. We both love to eat ice cream, but hate what it does to our digestive systems. We both like to lay in the sun, without clothes on, of course. And we like to get high off of dried plants. Which is kind of like my plans for the summer, is to just get high, be naked, and eat ice cream. Yeah. Thank you. But I'm not gonna lie, it would be a lot more fun if I had somebody to do it with. I mean, I love my cat, he's cool and all, but he's not a lady, you know? He's not a smart and talented woman who gets all my references, laughs at all my jokes, who has tattoos and plays guitar. And I'm not saying that such a woman doesn't exist, that she isn't out there. It's more like I don't really know what I have to give that woman, because really, besides my cat, all I have to offer is having a kid and going to church. And that tends to just dry pussy right up. So, perfect timing. Yeah, I have a daughter. She's 12. She's awesome. I'm really curious to see what her and her generation get pissed off as old people, like the things that they bitch about. Like back in my day, we didn't have all these fancy Chinese AI robots teaching us how to read. We went down to the library and listened to a drag queen, like a real American. Thank you. My name is Spooky McDougal. You can find me on the Instagram or outside smoking club cigarettes. Have a wonderful night.
Boots and pants and 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 pants and boots and pants and
where's my co-host?
pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots.
Hello, Lane. Welcome to the show. Oh, okay. Give it up for Spooky McDougal.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
Okay, don't forget about the drink specials. We got mixed wells, $4.25. Go help yourself to
boots and pants and boots and
Ernie.
pants
Thank you.
and boots.
Okay, and we've also got some cheddar biscuits over there. They're really good. We also have some slices of carrot cake. Isn't it called like What's Up Dot Cake or something like that? Something to do with the rabbit. It's very delicious. And like I also said, the mixed wells, $4.25. The Viking is back there ready to serve you. Good. Okay.
Oh, I think he's making my favorite drink.
Somebody just held up a drink. I like that. Thank you. And coming up next to the stage, this guy basically took my writer's block and transformed it because he's just writing his ass off lately. Give it up for my fellow host, Lost in Thought! This is brought to you by Mighty Mist, the microphone disinfector.
Hi. So this is old shit.
Old shit.
It's pretty old. It's like Crypt Keeper old. Oh. So I was in a pretty dark mindset throughout the weekend, then I dragged myself out of it, and I thought I would read this poem because it signified how I was able to pull myself out of one of the darkest moments of my life, which involved a horrible, horrible, horrible roommate. The first thing that comes to mind when thinking of you is the escapist question you asked. If I yell at this inanimate object that has absolutely no feelings or emotions whatsoever, is that going to make you think of your abusive caregiver? While this wasn't exactly what you said, it might as well have been. And at the time, I thought it sweet. Mind you, that was the only way I could find myself to the light, latching on to small pieces of kindness that you carelessly let fall from your head as if it were nothing more than trash, and doing a side glance that profiled your face like an afterthought while saying, "You can have that." As if we were in some kind of abusive relationship, and you were only my roommate. I meekly responded saying it wouldn't, not even considering what I should have said, not even thinking to say, funny. You asked me if directing your anger towards this thing would drudge up any abusive memories, yet you didn't think to ask me this when you yelled dumbass to my face for locking the top lock, after you already did the same thing to me, while I was on the phone with a possible employer. While I was in our home, my nerves already on edge from being jobless and finding any kind of stability. You didn't ask me all the times you decided to sit out in the living room and laugh at top volume when you knew I was in my room working from home, taking calls, not at all caring how your voice ruptured through the edges of my door, thinking that a towel or a blanket would do the trick. You didn't ask me all the times you found words and phrases to sneak through your vocabulary like you were force-feeding a poor soul strapped down to a chair with the vicious leather soaked in the poisonous venom of your cruel, cruel tongue that you whipped effortlessly with acidic flames, bitterly charring the toxic potholes buried deep in the absolute heartlessness of your hurtful wit. And even after I moved out, I still found pathways back to the gravel-ridden tentacles that you seemed to manufacture from the crude webbing that sliced open your palms in these lacerations made to feel nothing, created with the same anesthesia that corroded your veins, walking your dog, doing your bidding, and even when I apparently lost your doggy bags, you spoke to me in the same way you always did. You need to do this. Quote, "You there? You need to retrace wherever you walked my dog since you lost his poop bags. I just took him out for a walk and had to grab a roll from the box and put it in my pocket as his nice poo bag dispenser is gone, which is not what you left with him earlier. This wasn't even you upset. Like the time I was microwaving tuna fish, and you asked me in that accusatory tone, 'What are you doing?' As if I was doing something wrong, something I should be punished for, something that I should know better than to do, and it was as if I was nothing more than a child that you were about to take a cane to. And I didn't realize how triggering this tone to me was until later. And the thing is, you knew that I had this mark in my childhood. You knew I had a caregiver that instilled pieces into me with fear. You knew how she found power in keeping children not in line, but to keep them beneath her with her sheer veracity, with a smack of her hand or her cane, with the forcefulness of her words that bit into me and took chunks out of my psyche, leaving my small world perspective with bleeding wounds. And still, you persisted. Still, you had this accusatory way of addressing me, finding ways of making normal conversation into talking down to me. You may have done nice things for me every now and then, getting me a new wallet, buying me a 23andMe kit, but I didn't realize this may have been what love bombing is referred to as. The act of abusers to keep you hooked by coming back to you. With these desperate pleas by masking everything that has made them harmful and hurtful, by dousing them in gifts, the same way one would bathe in putrid perfume and cologne and assault the air with this singeing scent. Oh, I'm sorry, baby, it'll never happen again. And even though we were not in any kind of stereotypical relationship, I a gay man, you a heterosexual woman that is as oddly and as fiercely liberal as I am myself, and you treated me as unimportant as you would discarded food that you would choke a garbage disposal with. Yet I was your friend. If this is how you treat your friends, I can't help but to think of how you treat someone you don't like. This is why about a month ago, long after I cut you out of my life, when I went to take my COVID test that turned out to be negative, I ran across you and I only nodded, keeping my headphones on. I saw you say something, but I thought it better to keep you out of my head. You're already there enough, and you've overstayed your welcome.
Oh my God, I remember that bitch.
That's me on the trombone.
Give it up for Lost in Thought!
Okay, no, it's not. It's not.
I tell you, to call his old roommate a heinous bitch would have been being sweet. Yeah.
That was some old shit, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, God. I remember those days when you would talk about her when we'd be driving you back, and we'd be like, oh, my God, I'd never committed murder, but, if you pay me enough. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget about the drink specials, mixed wells, $4.25, and there's also bottled drinks down there and some delicious muffins. My favorite's the blueberry. It's got the little crumbly stuff on it. You'll love it. All right, Lost in Thought. Who's coming up next?
Coming up next. Ooh.
Clue us in.
Boobly.
Okay, I had to look at my list, but now I know who's coming up next. Of course, I should know who's coming up next.
Because he's got the list.
Because this voice hasn't been here and this is another voice that hasn't been here in a while. Long.
Who is it?
Well, let's hear it for Ryan Widener.
So I usually write on Medium, the social media platform. And every time I start a story, it says, well, hey, tell your story. But what I've been trying to do is actually start to do something different and tell our story. Because I keep feeling something deep within, and maybe it's an urge to actually realize that your life is truly a story that you tell yourself. And I think it's all rather absurd, as do many of my peers and as have many before us, because we are such strange creatures walking across a strange rock, orbiting a strange star and hurtling through a strange expanse with no definitive explanation for how it and we got here in the first place. And making sense of ourselves and the world and the universe around us, this has been the boldest venture of all of humanity. connecting us with our ancestors and preserving our knowledge for our descendants. Because we are characters in the most exquisite detective story ever written. And I think we know that deep down. Religions and philosophies and scientific discourses have been grappling with the most existential of questions for ages. And yet our story, at the level of such profound consciousness and self-awareness, is but a drop in the chasm of time. We haven't been here very long, geologically speaking, but we have created something magical in the meantime. Because human beings are masters of creation, perhaps second only to, and you can insert whatever noun floats your boat here, be it nature, God, the universe, source, entropy, evolution, the void. So much of the world around us exists because of our incessant hunger for creating. We literally bring things into existence, including ideas. And what is the self but an idea? We love to create, but so too do we destroy. Our species has a profound ability to destroy ourselves, the world, and our creations. Is this not our onus, to forever change alongside an ever-changing world, running in place just to keep up? Maybe we're confused, so intimately connected to the biosphere and our planetary home, yet so strangely disconnected from it all. Because no one knows what our place is in the cosmic unfolding of potential eternity. And that's been the question of questions, hasn't it? To figure out the point of it all, if there even is one. But with frustrating humility, it seems, we concede to a simple yet precious reality. No one actually knows. Sure, we propose grand ideas. We create meaning, purpose, significance in our lives. And sometimes we even declare intra-species war and slaughter our brethren to defend our beliefs. Time and again, we learn, we forget, we repeat. Patterns are all around us, and we are pattern-seeking apes, continuously evolving novel ways by which we can manipulate these patterns to make sense of ourselves and the world, to create. Yet despite all our ambitions and all our collected knowledge, all our awakenings and enlightenments, we struggle to understand what anything actually is. We accept levels of understanding and work with what we've got, so to speak, lest we go mad in a state of analysis paralysis. Definitions nestled in definitions all the way down. Because it's rather mind-bending, isn't it, to ponder infinity going inwards into ourselves. We are, after all, mobile ecosystems, each of us carrying a massive microbiome on which we depend for survival. And as many of us swing through our concrete jungles, creating the stories of our lives, all the cells of our bodies jostle around strange organelles made of strange atoms, full of strange energy down to the alleged quantum foam. And no one actually knows what's down there. Are you there? Insert your noun of choice here. It's me, we seem to be saying. Not unlike the world around us, we are ever screaming into the void, desperately making our fleeting existence known, though no one knows to what, if anything, we are screaming. There's a loneliness, I think, within us all. We know that we must have disconnected from nature to explore the budding minefields of consciousness, cutting through some umbilical cord that once kept us intimately attached to Earth, which all the other species seem to still enjoy. And we search for life in the cosmos, enthralled by the fossils and the stories they tell, pleasant reminders of I was here by life forms from so long ago. I'm here, we seem to be saying, knowing that in time the verb will shift to the preterite, because like you, I will one day go, leaving behind a semblance of an immortality project, some indication that I was indeed here. I'm not sure what awaits us, if anything, beyond the grave. We can create stories to comfort ourselves, to help us through our suffering and the horrifying awareness of the inevitable fate that awaits us all, but no one actually knows. I think, therefore I am, said Descartes, a bold assertion of our existence because we are here thinking about it. But even if we accept that we exist, what does I even mean? Because surely consciousness is the strange and wonderful playground of our minds. This strange inner world is what each of us knows so intimately and so passionately, Yet we struggle so immensely to share this inner world with others. It's like some private dimension. While we fumble around the shared physical realm with our fancy words and the comfort rectangles we often call home. What is this enigma to which we cling so desperately, yet which we so poorly understand? I don't know. Does anyone? Because that would be some rather hefty godlike gnosis, right? But now feels like a good time to ask. Where are we at in our story? Because there is a strange feeling deep within that I don't know how to describe. And maybe it's an intuition, because we're here after 4 billion years worth of biological evolution. And great wisdom has been bestowed upon us, perhaps the catalyst for our self-ascendancy to a demigod status, changing the entire planet to a state that could ultimately spell out our destruction, consequences be damned. And this feeling deep within paints a strange picture of a shift in our story, a dramatic one in this overly dramatic universe. Infinite growth on a finite planet was never plausible. It was a fever dream delicately frosted with the gaslighting ganache. Things are changing rapidly. Resources are depleting, climate changes are accelerating, threats of nuclear warfare are rising, and we even have this burgeoning science fiction comes to life scenario with AI. And though I do not fear a Skynet takeover of Earth and mass human annihilation, I worry how humans may yield this new power over others. Sure, maybe silicon-based technologies will one day have sentience or consciousness. I found it absurd to outright dismiss the possibility when we can't even explain the consciousness within ourselves. This era of degrowth is terrifying. I am no longer sure that we will actually catapult ourselves towards the stars before we turn our daydream into a nightmare. And I think you feel it too, these ripples of change. And I question how our species could have gotten so far behind the interconnectedness of it all. Because in a universe containing everything, everything is connected. I'm not sure what that means, but what I do feel confident about is that our ability to connect and come together might be what will save us from self-destruction. And I know it's a lofty goal. It echoes the pleas of the hippies to make love and not war. There are fond reminiscences of the sages and the mystics who seem to have intuited long ago some strange understanding of our strange reality. Because no one actually knows where we are going from here. We can continue creating, but we are also destroying. And if we let the scale tip to favor destruction, well, I don't know. Maybe the point, if there even is one, will always elude us. But we are here, right now, sharing this absurd adventure, despite the kilometers and strong opinions that separate humans around the globe. Because merrily, 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 life is but a dream. It feels like we're waking up to something. I'm just not sure to what. Thank you.
All right.
And Lane's on the floor again. Don't forget about the drink specials, mixed wells, $4.25. Get some deliciousness from the bar. The Viking is back there ready to serve you.
Actually, he's outside right now.
Okay, the Viking is outside ready to serve you. Right? If you say, hey, man, I need a pizza. Are you going to pay for it? Yep. All right, come on in.
Yeah, some of the band is here because if you guys didn't realize, we're early today because there's a show tonight. And so some of the band that just got here, so he's talking with them outside.
All right, Lane, give it up.
Let's hear it for Ryan Widener.
Woo! Hell yeah.
You know, I remember the first time that he read, and he has that music playing in the background on his phone while he's reading, but I didn't know that the first time. I was like, where's that music coming from? I was going crazy. It's like,
That's exactly what Lane came up to me and asked earlier. He was like, where's that music coming from? I was like, his phone.
and I was checking all my settings back here. Something playing that I don't know about, but it was coming from his phone.
Yes.
But
All
yeah.
right, lost in thought. Who's next?
Well, I was thinking AI, I think
Uh-oh.
it's not really that much, it's not really a Skynet threat, but I think it is a threat in the fact that it's starting to take over certain industries. Like you can now you can now get copywritten art. And it's like, but no one did it.
It's concerning.
It's a machine.
It's concerning because this has just happened in a few months. Imagine 5 years from now, 10 years from now, how
Yeah.
advanced it's going to get. It's scary, you know?
I mean, who knows? I mean, it might even replace like actors. I mean, that's a scary thought.
Well, that's why Jet Li, he was making some movie and he quit because they were scanning him, like his moves and stuff, so they could use it to do whatever they want. He said, "No, I've practiced all my life to do this. You know, I'm not going to give it away." You know, it's like that's what they're doing. They're stealing it. You know,
Yeah.
And that was a couple of years ago. I can't remember what movie, but he quit because of that.
I don't blame him.
And I just realized it might be a little politically incorrect to sing My Sharona right now.
Why?
See, there's my ADHD brain going again.
Why would
Because,
that-
you know, think about it.
Oh,
the line, like, he
because
gets it up
of-
for the touch of a younger girl.
Because of how
Yeah.
Well,
Their
he's not saying a child. It's just a younger girl. A younger girl could be 24. He
What's
could be
that-
30. You know.
Yeah, weren't they in their 20s? Nice try.
But what's the other song? She's only 16 years old.
See, now that's more.
Leave her alone.
Yeah, Benny Mardona's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, but see, I kind of like put myself in the shoes now. I'm the mom. If a 35-year-old man came knocking on my door asking for my daughter, he'd turn into taco meat. I'm serious. He would pray for death. And then I turn around and smack her. But that's beside the point. Why are you dating? Anyway, lost in thought. Who's coming up next?
Coming up next, I can't think of any better person to come up next after all this lovely conversation
Tell
than
me.
Mr. Andrew Hornman.
Woo!
It's like the weather forecast. Oh God, man, Ryan sent me to a existential dread. Here's a new habit that I now do is I like to get high and then watch documentaries about how we're gonna die soon. That is, oh boy, because I don't know. There are some great documentaries like circa 2020. Like, it's just like, we're going to hell. And we're like, yep. Millions of dollars are spent to inform the world how we might die. But it's going to make a perfect movie. And there's hundreds of them. Because they still need to eat. And I just get high and watch them. I'm not doing any better. I just like when my head is in the sand, and then when it gets up, it's like, oh, I need to go back. That's me just getting old. Like, there's like a lot of old truths, and one of them is like, there's this moment, like, I used to think that I didn't have any friends, that I just hung around a whole bunch of assholes, waiting for my real friends to come along. And then I realized, oh, those assholes, they are my friends. Like, that is just the truth. Like, you don't really pick your friends. Like, they just kind of happen, and you're like, you're here. Perfect. Do you want to get high and watch a movie? There's like this cliche of like, oh yeah, your best friend, you'll bury a body for them. You know, like, it was my best friend, I'll bury a body. And I had to do that one time, and it was awkward. It was a dog, don't worry. But it's still, you know, I get a call at 2 a.m. in the morning, and my friend is cried because he was dog-sitted. And he put the small dog with a big dog, and I'm like, okay. And I was like, I know, look, this is not like, he didn't think that the big dog would eat the small, like, I don't, I know. And so, like a good friend, I, brought a big bottle of Clorox and Scrubbies. And, yeah, that's the story. Okay. I know. I don't know if it's a crime. Okay, yeah. That was God. Another truth is there are just some pains that will just never go away. Like I know we're just talking to Ernie about this, but like I've had shoulder pain. Like I literally my shoulder was one day just broke in half. Like I literally have a chip on my shoulder. And it's the most painful experience I've ever had. And also I had like a cast like this. And armpit smell is the worst. Try not wearing deodorant for a month, not being able to take a shower, not being able to wash this because this movement hurts so bad. My fart smells better than that.
It's pretty bad, man.
Like it is rancid, when you're like, my poo, like you just fart just to make it smell better. So gross. And like apparently I was doing push-ups wrong or doing bench presses wrong. And like my hip is giving out. Like I go to physical therapy every other week, and my favorite thing to do is look at hot men in pain. Because these men are my age and they're buff, but they hurt themselves. Okay. I have notes now. Murder friend. Okay. Okay. So, no, that was the friend that was. Oh, seeing hot men in pain. Okay. Oh my God. Oh yeah. This what annoys me is when people say go get therapy. You need to go see a therapist. And I'm like, but seeing you, the psychic's better. Like never mind. Okay, I worded that wrong. Yeah, I see psychic tarot readers too, because it's cheaper than therapy. Like I did get health insurance, not to brag. Everybody should have insurance, but holy shit. Finding a good therapist is super hard. And usually you have to go online and go in between a person, and you have to fill out why you have anxiety. Have you ever had to download an app and talk to somebody about why you need help? It is the worst. And then I had to work out my anger issues with Jared, who sounds like he's 18 years old and making no more than $18 an hour and is so overwhelmed. And he lives in New York and didn't know about time changes, so trying to have a meeting with Jared is really hard. And then I realized he's just trying his best, and man, it felt better. I don't know. Like I did find a therapist, and I reached out to him, and he never called me back. Which proves the false narrative in my head that I'm not deserving of a man. Oh no, that was sad. Okay, never mind. I've been rambling for about a good while now. Okay, thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.
Let's hear it for Andrew Horniman.
That does sound like action, sports, news, weather, music.
Okay, Lost in Thought, quit showing off that you can get up on the stage like that. I need stairs.
Well, one time I didn't, remember? I knocked my knee.
Oh, God, you did.
Right in the shin.
Ouch. That was comparable with that time that me and Ernie B were on the road. We were setting up for this KISS tribute band. Yes, they would do the makeup and the hair and the suits and everything.
The fire breathing.
The big 6-foot boots. And anyway, I had to crawl behind the drum set to fix a chord or something. And I turned around, and I tripped on the gong stand. Both knees, wham! And they were about to start, but the whole band went, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, the drummer actually had a gong, and I don't know if you ever lifted a gong, but they are heavy. So needless to say, when she banged into that stand, it didn't budge.
It didn't. And then I was like, I'm fine. And the show had to start. And so then me and Ernie had to sit down. They played for 3 hours, no breaks. The whole Kiss Alive, volume 1. They play the whole thing.
Drum solo and everything.
Yeah. And then so as soon as, thank you, good night, I got up and my knees were swollen. I was like, oh, and I still had to help Ernie put up the PA and the lights and everything. And I was like,
but see, I think everyone in the band, except the drummer, because it's his, I think everyone in the band hit themselves on that stand at least, because they all knew the pain. They were like, oh my God.
Yeah, so they were like, you okay? I was like, no. But
I think I did it once
still
too,
gotta
but
work.
not as hard as you did. You nailed it.
Oh, yeah, I did. I literally with both knees boom, on the stage. Ouch. And then we had to do a gig the next night with a cement stage. God bless. All right, Lost in Thought. Who's coming up next?
That actually does remind me.
Reminds me of a movie.
He got reminded of
Golden
something.
Girls.
I was
Designing Women. Yakov Smirnoff.
Smirnoff. What?
I'm just trying.
Cher.
George Michael.
No. I was I think I was like a little kid, and I was in SeaWorld, and there was this.
I sense some trauma coming up there.
There was a cement stairs, right? And I thought it'd be funny if I hopped down the stairs one stair at a time. And as I was hopping,
Famous
my
last
eyes
words.
got bigger and bigger and bigger because I realized I was stepping near and near closer to the edge. And I think I fell. I can't remember. But that was nothing compared to the time I decided to be funny to fall face first without using my hands. And I don't remember doing this, but I fell face first. My mom came in, and she was screaming bloody murder because all this blood was coming out of my mouth.
Ouch.
You don't remember doing it, but you
No.
wanted to be funny?
I guess it wasn't that funny.
Did you concuss or something? I mean,
No. I mean, maybe that would explain a lot.
that would explain a whole hell of a lot about you, Mr. Lost in Thought. He's like, what do you mean, hot tamale? Like, oh my God. Okay, Lost in Thought. Who's
I
coming up?
remember when I was a kid, I was taking swimming lessons, and
I
when you're a
remember this
kid,
one.
well, this is a different story.
Oh, shit.
When you're a kid, you mess around, play in the pool or whatever, the public pool, and I thought I'd do the Nestea plunge. Remember those commercials where they go backwards into the pool?
Backwards into the pool.
Well, when you do that, you're supposed to arch your back, not arch your back, but curve your back a little bit so you can go in. No, I did it completely flat, and it went boom. Right under the water. I was like, ow, I'll never do that again. God, that hurt.
At least you didn't land on the stairs or something.
Well, that's still that hurt.
Ouch. Okay, anybody else have any childhood trauma they can dig up and
Come
make
on,
us
come
all
on.
go, ow?
Share your trauma, personal tragedies.
This is trauma moment before we go on to the next person. Come on. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, you win the prize.
Oh my God.
Ow. Oh.
I thought I could be cool and jump off the wall and do some cool parkour, but I just went.
Yeah, see, that's how you learn.
I don't do parkour. I just fall very long. Whoa.
My grandmother that I had bipolar disorder, and she called me more loony than toony.
I couldn't hear her.
She told her grandmother that she was bipolar, and her grandmother told her she's more loony than toony. Creative insults. Gotta hand it to the relatives. All right. So no more childhood trauma before we go on to the next performer.
Personal information you want to share with the public?
Social security number, credit card number, last 4 digits. Okay. Lost in Thought. Who's coming up next?
A new voice.
Uh-oh.
New voice.
Let's hear it for Dizzy.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's my first time here. I just want to say all you guys are super talented. It's great being here. I like the vibes. It's awesome. My name is Dizzy, and it's kind of a funny story on how I got that name. I'm white trash. I grew up very poor. We had like food stamps when I was growing up. Anyone else have food stamps? Yeah, so I don't know if you guys had this struggle, but my mom would always buy food at the first of the month. And then, like, the first 2 weeks were great because we had, like, pizza pockets and fruit roll-ups and soda. And we'd go through that in the first 2 weeks. And then, like, week 3 was just, like, hot dogs and top ramen. And then week 4 was just, like, the Hunger Games. And me and my sister were just shooting bows and arrows at each other, like, trying to fight for the last bag of top ramen. But no, when I was a kid, I hated like people that were rich or that grew up privileged, and I hated them. But then when I got older, I realized like, oh, they probably have it a lot harder than I do because they got to do a lot more to not disappoint their parents, right? All I had to do was just not do drugs like the rest of my family, and I failed. I love drugs. I love them so much I can't do them anymore. My favorite drug was meth. It's awesome. Let me tell you why. Because, like, weed has good marketing, right? It's like Bud, Ganja, Mary Jane. You know, Snoop Dogg endorses it. But meth, it has terrible marketing. Like, its nickname is shit. Like, hey, yo, want to go smoke some shit? And, but you know what you're going to do if you do meth. Like, you'll be dead, homeless, or in jail. And people still do it. That's how good it is. No, but doing that stuff, I didn't do it for that long of a period of time, but I did have, like, you do crazy stuff, you know? And so I have some crazy stories. Like, one time I taught myself how to drift in the snow while I was high on meth, and that's like the white trash roller coaster. And, you know, I'm not proud of this, but, you know, I picked up a friend, and he picked up another friend who had a really cool special skill. He was really good at stealing Honda Civics. And so I dropped him off at a car, and he stole a Honda, so now we're playing 2 players. Now we're both drifting in the snow. And then my friend, who was still in my car, wanted his own Honda, so we went to go steal another one, and that guy got caught, and I never heard from him again. Rumor is that he turned his life around and became a neurosurgeon. I'm just kidding, he's dead. But... no, so the last story, I never shot up. I was a drug addict with standards. I only smoked it, but sometimes I'd get classy and I would do what's called a hot rail. And that's basically where you take some meth and you crush it up, and then you make it a line like you're gonna snort it. Then you take a meth pipe and you break one end. You get it till it's red hot, and then you put the other end in your nose and you snort it, and it goes in your brain, and you feel amazing. You feel invincible. I felt so good. I went out and got stabbed that night. My cousin was like, oh, do you want to go help me rob some pot plants? And I was like, sure. So we drove over to this guy's house, and I parked like a quarter mile away on a gravel road, and we walked up, and it wasn't a house. It was just like a plot of land with an RV on it. It was fenced up. We jumped the fence, and I see the plant, but I see something over there, and I'm like looking, because I was like, that's not a dog. It was an attack horse guarding the weed. It was just a horse that lived outside, like guarding the weed. I was like, what the heck? And so my cousin tries like sneaking over there, and he trips, and the horse like starts running over. He's like, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. He gets up to my cousin, turns around, and just kicks him. He like knocks my cousin out, and the horse stands over my cousin and is like, you got knocked the F out. And the guy hears this. He comes out of the RV, and he's like, and I thought he'd be holding like a gun or something, but he's holding like Martha Stewart's kitchen knife, and he's like charging at us, and the horse is like, get him, Rick. And he comes up to us, and he stabs me in the arm, and I grab my cousin, and we get out of there. And then that night, I didn't have health insurance, so I just kept like smoking to try and take the pain away, and I OD'd. And I was in the corner dying, and they were like, oh, is he okay? And my friend was like, oh, he's just dizzy. Thank you, guys. Give it up for the host.
Let's hear it for Dizzy. Man, was quite this. That is like,
And how to do meth.
yeah. I mean, I was thinking that was like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but in Austin, right? But when
I got named after a candy. That's it. That's the story to my name.
I named
That's
myself because
Because I once wore a little pink T-shirt. You know that's a long time ago because I don't wear color anymore. I once wore a little pink T-shirt that says like hot tamale, like the candies. And our founder of Spoken and Heard, Joe B, goes, "Oh, you're a hot tamale." And I was like, okay. I was like, there it is. I honestly don't know what else I would have named myself. I'd probably think of something like Bob. I don't know. Bob. All right, lost a thought.
Like that guy on Down Periscope, the guy named Nitro.
Oh, yeah.
Nitro.
Nitro.
I'm working on a nickname.
Oh, yeah? What is it? Mike. All right, lost a thought. Who's coming up next?
you know when Dizzy was
dear
talking
God.
about the drug of choice, I for a split second I could have sworn he said, "My drug of choice is men." And
And then he was like,
that
hello.
would certainly follow a theme. So, I mean, everyone would be just like, all right. Nobody's shocked here. I was like, this is Spoken and Heard, you know. All right, lost a thought.
What's up?
What am I going to ask you, dear God? What's
It's
up?
like, what do you want?
What's up? The set list is up. Who is coming up next?
Another new voice.
Another new voice.
Let's hear it for Poncho.
All right, let's give it up for the host one more time. Both the hosts. Come on now. Come on. There we go. And that's my boy Dizzy, right? I've heard that meth story a lot, and it just makes me more grateful that I met him later in life because, bro, we would have been some wild boys back in the day. I'm not going to lie. We would have been wild. But I'm more on the organic high. You know, I like smoking my tree, eating some shrooms. Nothing. Yeah, there you go. I knew this was going to be the room. I knew it. But the only thing that sucks about smoking tree, though, is that I lose shit right away. You understand? Like yesterday, I was getting ready. I got home from doing some of my stuff. I'm about to roll me a backwood real quick. This is going to be nice. So I got my shit. I got the backwoods out. But then 2 seconds later, I went to go pee, came back. I was like, bro, where the fuck are the wraps? I don't know if you guys know, but that's how stoners remodeled their living room. They started looking for shit like, hey, bro, what the fuck? This goes right here real quick. Still not there. What the fuck, bro? And the fucked up thing is, I always find, like, the randomest place. Like the other day, I found the TV remote in my shoe. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I was pissed. But at the same time, I was happy. I was like, it's all right, bro. It is what it is. After I took that first hit, it is what it is, bro. But that's the only downfall about being a stoner is you forget a lot of things. And then you just get fucking mad at yourself because you know what you can do to stop that problem. Just stop smoking so much. But I'm not doing that. Fuck that. I'll just try to remember more. But no, that's my view on stoners, bro. We are great people, but we are forgettable. So don't ever be mad if we forget your name. It just is what it is, you know. We still fuck with you, but just gotta remind us a couple times. Not gonna lie, my guy, I am jealous of you. I saw you eat an entire pizza. And nothing's gonna happen to you. You're just gonna be still, bro. Just fuck, bro. It's been a week since I've been to the gym. Lost all my gains. I swear to God. I was in the bathroom earlier at another mic. I was like, God damn, bro. What the fuck happened, bro? That's Texas, though. Eat this fucking food, you gotta get in the gym. Because if you don't, bro, it's a lot of body dysmorphia or whatever that word is. But not gonna lie, I would love to do shrooms with you, sir. I would love to do shrooms with you. Your shirt on shrooms, oh my God, bro. I'll just be like, oh, fuck, bro, you're the key. You're the key, bro. I swear, there it is. No, but honestly, it's kind of funny because without shrooms, because I'm not originally from Austin. I'm not. Exactly, right? And I'm like everybody else from California. Yeah, exactly. But, not gonna lie, Austin's the only place where I haven't gotten, everyone's hella welcoming here. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are all welcoming. I love the city of Austin, but without shrooms, I would not be here. I'm not gonna lie, because I was living the most basic life, California life, right? Young kids, selling tree, just basically just being being a worthless, tree seller. That's all it is, a weed seller, bro. I'm worthless. People just use me. Whenever they need me, they just hit me up. I need you, and then after that, you're done. You're done with me until I needed re-up. So I took some shrooms, got the realization. I was like, bro, there's way more to this. Way more, right? It's going to be a TED Talk pretty soon, but there's just way more to life than just selling tree, watching porn, going some rabbit holes there. Fuck, yeah, I'm so glad I'm done with porn. I've seen some shit where I'm like, I go in my bathroom, just look in the mirror like, hey, bro, you might have to face it, bro. You might be, you might be going both ways, but nah. I quickly realized, like, all right, it's not for me. I put myself in the situation, like, all right, it's not for me, thankfully, but not thankfully. I'm sorry, I saw the hat. I was like, whoa, don't want to see no hateful, but no, I love the gays, man. I love the gays. I love them, bro. I'm not gonna lie, they bring the females around. They do. They bring the. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's all love. I love. Yeah, see, but there you go. Shit, I'm down to share with but yeah. Without shrooms, back to the shrooms. Without shrooms, I would not be out just being basic shit. But shrooms made me realize that not only is there a lot of hate in the world, but there's a lot of love, right? A lot of love, and we just gotta, connect with the people that have the genuine love in them, and also disconnect from the people that really just out here just trying to take advantage. Because social media has made me realize that people are here to take advantage. Nothing but opportunity, and that's all they see is opportunity. They don't ever see like the warmth in people, and that's why doing this open mic, I regret the fuck out of it, bro. Comedians are assholes. I'm letting you know, bro. Comedians are fucking assholes. I mean, look, there's a comic back there just sitting in the back, not doing shit. He's just watching me, bro. Just judging me. I saw you, Justin. Yeah, don't worry. That's Justin, everybody. He's a great comic, but all you guys are happy, right? That guy's just... What the fuck? This guy... But, nah, I'm playing. But, I've been having a good experience, and, my first time ever doing the Kick Butt open mic. You guys are great vibes. I love it. And there it is. See, that's what I'm saying. See, you guys got me smiling and shit. No, I love it. But I'm going to give it back to the host. Appreciate y'all for listening. And let's keep the energy up, guys. Come on, let's keep the energy up. Let's get the host back up here.
Let's hear it for Pancho. As Hot Tamale pointed out, Pancho was perfect because it was a perfect 5 minutes. You ended right on time. Perfect. Perfect. So as you can see, I am one less host. Yes. Yes. But this is because she said, Lane, I think you're awkward enough and your energy is enough. I've done my job. You can host now.
No, she didn't say that.
No. Yeah. No, but seriously, I actually couldn't do that. I don't think we can do this without any one of us here. Me, Hot Tamale, or Ernie. It would just feel off and odd and...
No one could say Michael Bublé.
Yes, exactly.
Bublé. I just like saying Bublé. Try it. It's fun. Bublé. 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 Michael Bublé.
Bublé.
See, there you go.
Yeah. I can't say it like Ernie. Ernie's mastered that.
Got to put a little air behind it. Bublé.
But might I introduce, she's the attitude to my craziness. She balances me out perfectly. She is this spiky fire to my adventurous, all over the place fluff. But yes. But let's hear it for Miss Hot Tamale.
Okay, I do have some old shit, but since thank you, dry and crumbly. But since Shay was demonstrating that we were having trouble with the connection, I'm going to try and do a low-tech version of that. I'm going to read a poem and start a song. Let me see if I can get this. Hold on.
I need to order some new dongles.
Oh shoot, he's talking. Hold on. I
Well,
just
that's, you know.
no.
Oh, the commercial.
Okay. Can you hear it? Sort of. Okay. Heard the music you wanted to play, the feel of your guitar in your hands all day, all the time, a tune in your head, at supper, also in bed. But you had a young family to feed. The local factory filled that need. Final whistle, day at an end, your guitar, always your friend. The years roll on, you're in a different place. Time and care imprinted on your face. Didn't think of yourself. You earned your daily bread, worked with melodies in your head. In your head, in your fingers, the tune around you lingers. Music changed, music grew, handing down to your son what you knew. He took it and ran, played a different song. It was his, and he played it strong. More time passed, sitting in a window in June, appreciating a bird's simple tune. Racked with pain that you did revile, but on your face, still a smile, 'cause you could still hear the songs. The time came to go. Your heart willed your fingers to play, but your body said no. One has no doubt you are still playing for angels, making them smile. Just for once, I wish I had heard you play, heard you talk, but in my mind, I can hear your sleepwalk. That poem is dedicated to Ernie B's dad. I never met the man. I really wish I had.
You made that rhyme.
Yeah. Oh, pretty good. Okay. He was, and Ernie B told me he was a Leo, so I know I would have gotten a good hug out of him. Serious. And all the stories that Ernie has told me about him, and I pretty much just coalesced them into that poem. Thank you.
And in case you couldn't hear it too well, the song that was playing in the background was called Sleepwalk.
Yeah, it's Sleepwalk, Santo and Johnny. I love that
That's
song.
one of my favorite poems of Hot Tamales, and especially that the way you said it has a certain feel, and I keep picturing the movie La Bamba because they.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how La Bamba ended. Yeah. And that's when he goes, Richie! Yeah.
There was also a Stephen King movie called Sleepwalkers.
And there he goes.
Yeah. That's
That's about as relatable as Spooky's suit comparing to Baywatch.
Yep. But yeah, Sleepwalkers is about incestuous demon cat people.
Yeah, that's like my dad. Yeah.
Dude, I was just talking about his dad, and you're talking about incestuous cat people?
No. But
Okay,
But no,
maybe you need to be quiet now and introduce the next person before you dig yourself a bigger hole and Ernie B has to kick your ass in the parking lot. I'm just kidding. He would just verbally abuse you. Go ahead.
But no, it did have the more La Bamba feel. It had, I don't know. Whenever she says it had this very nostalgic kind of feel. It's like the ending of an
La
episode.
Bamba.
Yeah, of La Bamba or an episode or a sitcom, and you're flipping through a photo album, and you have that very heavy nostalgic feeling that washes over
The
you.
sepia pictures attached to the pages.
Yeah. Was it?
It was? What scene? I thought I knew that movie. No. That was That Boy.
Oh. The Australian proven wrong.
I know that movie.
Hot Tamale 1, the Australian 0.
Sometimes because I own that movie. Sometimes I'll put it on while I'm getting ready for work, and that's just playing in the background. And yet, same instrument though. And Ringo's walking. He's kind of feeling somber, melodramatic. You know, he was like, I don't think I'm doing anything with my life. So he's walking along the canal, and you can hear the instrumental "That Boy" by the Beatles playing in the background. Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. I remember when I asked my mom about that movie when I was growing up, she was like, they didn't do anything but run. I was like, Mom, you missed the point. All right, whatever. Okay, Lost in Thought, take it away.
Coming up next. This is I know I've seen him before, but it's been a while since he's been here. But he has returned. Let's hear it for Justin O'Donnell.
All right, thank you for joining me in this coffee shop / dojo. If you want to fight after my set, you don't got to do it in the parking lot. You can just gee up, motherfucker. I am the asshole in the back of the crowd. Apparently, you know, I was just existing and got called out for drinking water. I don't know. How's you guys' Sunday been? Y'all having a good Sunday fun day? Yeah. You know what I did for my Sunday fun day? I got ripped drunk and watched The Elephant Man at the Austin Film Society. Yeah. You can Google, like, you can fact check that bit. That's a real thing that I just did. I like that. It's a good fucking movie. I got nothing to say, by the way. That's why we're doing this. I guess we all have that in common, right? I watched The Elephant Man, and then I Googled The Elephant Man afterwards. I found out the real Elephant Man was only 5'3". Yeah, that guy would have had a real hard time on Tinder, right? What do you think the Elephant Man's like thirst trap would be? You think you'd use like a filter? Use like one of those, you know, Photoshop filters, like smooth out, like contour his tumors and stuff. You think he'd have like an elephant emoji and then like an eggplant emoji and be like, see why they really call me the Elephant Man? Yeah. That's an amazing joke, by the way. It's not a me problem, it's a you problem. Really. Gee up, motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. Someone else is talking about mushrooms. I do mushrooms now, and you gotta be careful with mushrooms. They can kind of fuck up your brain a little bit. Yeah. Well, they can damage you kind of permanent. So like I did mushrooms because I wanted to see like cool like aliens and lizards and shit. And now I have empathy. This shit sucks, dude. I want to go back. I cried during The Elephant Man. What the hell? Yeah, I do mushrooms, and then but like I'm like a chronic overthinker. So when I do mushrooms, like I just think. It's all right here, right? So I gotta drink, you know, to kind of pour some shut the fuck up over my brain, right? But this is a weird combination of drugs. They're very different. Like, you know, mushrooms, they're healing, and alcohol's the opposite. And it's kind of weird seeing the one take over from the other. Like, mushrooms is like leaving the room and being like, hey, don't be so hard on yourself. And then alcohol just kind of walks in like, what the fuck is, who the fuck? It's like, oh, you're learning to be kind to yourself? You were learning to not blame yourself so hard? Well, that was the other guy, all right? Now buckle up. We got some important work to undo. Oh, my buddy Coke's coming over, by the way, too. Yeah, I like, I still drink, but I like getting just drunk, you know? don't like getting too drunk, but not just like a little baby buzz or anything. I like getting like just drunk where you're like, I shouldn't drive. And then you drive. Where you're like, you're like merging on to the expressway and you're like, no, I gotta listen to Kanye West's Runaway, the extended version. And I have to listen to it now. And no, I won't wait the 4 seconds it'll take for me to do this safely. Yeah. Well, I don't drink and drive so much anymore. I think the mushrooms kind of really helped with that because with the mushrooms you get in and you're like, wow, I'm gonna die one day, right? And there's other real people on the road. And then with the alcohol, you're like, oh, I embrace death, right? And then when you do both of them at the same time, it's kind of like Rainbow Road and Mario Kart, right? And when you do Coke, it's like you get the star and. All right. Yeah. That's all I wanted to say. Well, I didn't even want to say that, but that's all I'm gonna say. So thank you.
Let's hear it for Justin O'Donnell.
Boy, I'm glad you said it because I was rewind. I was about to say, give it up for Chris O'Donnell. Oops, wrong person. I just remembered the O'Donnell part. Yes.
When Justin was talking about especially the drinking and driving, all I could think about was that really dark episode of Tiny Toons when they were like that. There was like a PSA against drunk driving, and it was one of the darkest episodes of Tiny Toons ever.
A very special Tiny Toons. Okay, see that
there's no theme music playing it in. It's just like
except they're singing like we're tiny, we're toony in like a minor key.
In a minor key, yeah. I was just gonna say that.
We're tiny,
it's all serious.
We're toony. Anyway. I mean, okay, everybody has at least one DWI story, right? At least one? Okay, I only have one, and trust me, that's when I was like 19. Good God.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember because it was my first apartment, and the girl that lived across from me, she never kept any food, just beer and straws. That's a neighbor for you. So I go over there after class, and we'd just be sipping on beers, through straws. Of course, you can't get buzzed fast enough, so give me a straw. All right. And so one night I was hanging with her, and some guys came over, and they brought their car. And sure, okay, let's go cruising around North Edinburgh at about 2 a.m. And I was 19. I didn't have my license yet. So we were all driving, and I was in the back seat with a big gulp cup full of wine coolers.
Damn.
Yeah, full, 44 ounces. And at one point, I was like, "Hey, pull over, let me drive." and at first, I thought they were gonna disagree. They were like, "All right." It was a Lincoln Continental. And I got in the front, and they were like, "Do you know how to drive?" Yeah, and took off driving. Got on 281, going back towards the rest of the valley because we were still kind of north. And then I was driving. I felt like I was doing pretty good. I was holding onto the wheel, and they were like, "Don't." I was in the right lane. They were like, "Don't look to the left." I was like, "Why?" DPS. And I just stayed there. And I was like, they were like, just keep driving, just keep driving, just keep driving. I was like, okay, I think I got this. And then he didn't look at us, and he kept driving. And then so I exited, ended up in a Whataburger parking lot. They were like, "You okay?" "I'm good." Turned the keys off, got out, fell down. Not anything I want any of you to emulate. Trust me, that's one of those That's one of those I should have been dead or arrested, moments in your life. You're like, you know what? I'm never doing that again. And I never have.
I'll make this quick. There was a time me and my buddy were drinking. We drank like at least like a 12-pack of 16-ounce Budweisers, at least, if not more, probably more than that. We were cruising around, and then we were putting all the empties in the back seat on the floor. He used to have a little CRX, little Honda CRX, and we went to Edinburgh. Speaking of Edinburgh, to go check out some band or something at the club. We go to the club, or the bar, or whatever, and we continue drinking. Right, we watch the band. The show's over. We get in the car. We're driving back, and we still had beer in the car, so we're drinking. We get pulled over right in front of the courthouse. And we're like, shit.
Why were you driving close to the courthouse, you moron?
That's where the bar was, and so we're like, what do we do? And so we had to put our cans down, and try to stash them in between the seats so they wouldn't spill. And I don't know how we got out of it, but the cop let us go. And I completely forgot about all the cans in the back. And after the cop took off, I looked back. I was like, oh, shit. All he had to do was shine the light back there. And we would have been busted, But this was long ago. This was in the 80s. It wasn't as tough as it is now.
Also the 80s, too, back then.
Yeah, it wasn't as brutal as it is now. But, yeah, that was like a oh, shit moment. Because we were annihilated, And...
Ernie's got a lot more colorful stories, but we're going to have to close out.
Yeah.
I never had a DWI, but I will say when I was first learning to drive, there was one moment I was out with some friends, and I was thinking, guys, are the backs of the streetlights supposed to be facing us?
What?
What?
You were going the wrong way?
Yes.
Or what?
Oh, shit. So you're that guy.
You're that guy.
I have dash cam video of that.
Okay, lots of thought. We got to close out the night.
Yes.
Again, this has been an amazing night.
Yes.
We were coming in thinking, it's just going to be the host and JoJo and maybe Tom.
Oh, and by the way, next week, same time.
Oh, yeah. Same time.
4:30, right?
Yes.
4:30 to 6:30, same time. Okay? Lots of thought. Who's coming up next?
Closing out the night.
Closing the show.
Yes. Let's hear it for Shay.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm no Elvis, but thank you very much. Okay. So in case you guys are wondering, yeah, I'm not singing. After I just hit like all those notes, I was like, nope, I'm not going to sing right now. Before I actually started singing, I actually did stand-up, if you can believe it. I don't know. I don't see enthusiasm in the room. Okay, well... Yeah, something goes, yeah. So I actually did this stand-up at Cap City Comedy Club. You see my tongue twisters going on, Hot Tamale. So when I did it with Tom. I don't know if you were there, Tom. Do you remember? David Gardner. That was great. Although he didn't let me do my actual version. Since we're all adults here, I get to actually do my version that I wanted to do. Okay. So... everybody knows that I have a disability for the most part. Everybody knows I had something. So, at first I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, which is no fun because you think you're hallucinating every 24/7. So, I thought to myself, my boyfriend's going to be so mad at me, right? And then, I just realized I don't have a boyfriend. Shit. What? Yeah. So, who here stalks Instagram when they're hungry? Wow. It's like that? Okay, I guess I'm the only fattest in here. Okay, so I do. And sometimes when I look at it, I'm like, damn. Oh, that looks good. Oh my God. And sometimes, I don't know if you ever seen Legally Blonde. Who here seen Legally Blonde? Please, okay. That makes me feel even more whiter than I am. My more white side's coming out. Okay, so so sometimes when I'm looking at it, I feel like Jennifer Coolidge, and I gotta get that voice going, and I'm like, oh my God, oh, you look like the 4th of July. Oh, it makes me want a hot dog real bad. oh, and I start feeling that, and I'm like, whew, gotta chill it out. But, it's crazy because that's not the only thing, like, I get hungry for. Sometimes I see those, like, beautiful, beautiful women that are just, like, posted, and you're just like, whoa, who is that fine specimen right there? And she's all posing. You know those poses you know what I'm talking about, where they're like, they kind of turn, and they're trying to, like, or even when they're trying to look skinny, and they're like getting that leg going, and they're like, posing. And you're just like, okay, are they really trying so hard? Or, kiss my mouth joint? Oops. Okay, so that's what it normally feels like. It makes you feel like a dog. And I swear, these women actually like the attention. I like a picture, and then 2 minutes later, I got a DM. Whoa, that happened quick. But no. Really, I'm just waiting for a text back still. Okay. But yeah. So, with that being said, I'm going to keep going. More of this drama, right? So, I actually decided to get a new mattress because, that's what we do, right? I'm supposed to do it every 2 years. Me, I did it every 1 year because I just felt like, why wait, right? So, I don't know if you've been to, like, these wannabe furniture stores, but they're always selling, like, these mattresses, like they're trying to get rid of them. Yeah, I bought it for $5,000. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. It should have been more, to be honest, because it obviously wasn't covered in plastic, and yeah. So I just said I'm not gonna sleep on it. I'm not gonna sleep on it. So, with that being said, I ended up buying it, then covering it in plastic, and then reselling it. That was great, wasn't it? That was a bitch move, right? So then, later on down the line, I thought to myself, okay, did I just pull a Cerati? By the way, Cerati is my old name. And what I mean by that is I grew up in the worst house possible in the Ceratis. Let me tell you something. Y'all just had some DWI stories. Well, I got a story to tell you. Every person who identifies as Latina will know what I'm talking about. So, growing up, I had, of course, a dad that was just an alcoholic. So his thing that he would teach us, or teach most people, is how to get out of a DWI. So this is the thing. If you drink and drive, your best talent as a Cerati was to be able to not get caught. That was the secret weapon. That's like a magician's work. I mean, he would swerve, and it kind of felt like we were going to do like I don't know if you've ever seen Tommy Boy. Do you remember where you go, bees, right? And you felt like you were going to do that? Nah. It's funny. He would go like this because he was all like this. And it's sad. I'm like 4 years old, by the way. So he'd be like this, and he'd be like this. And all of a sudden you see a cop, and I kid you not, it's like a magician. He'd just be like this. Okay. And then they'd be gone. He'd be doing it again. He'd do this again. And I was like, man, this fool really doesn't want to get caught by the police. Damn. So then that, occurred. Most people know that. Another thing they don't know is, we can live with our families literally until they're gone. It's like this. We come back, if we move out when we're 18, we go, because that's what most Latinos do. I know I do it. So when I moved out, or tried to move out at 18, I realized all the bills are expensive. And guess what? It's gotten worse. So I tried to move out, right? Yeah. I tried to move out. And, well, it turns out I came right back. And Abuela opened me up with open arms. But, of course, I told her, hey, so, Grandma, I need to let you know something. The reason why I'm coming back is because not do I have only financial problems, I haven't got my ISS. And she's like, ¿Por qué? ISS? ¿Qué estás haciendo? Tell me now. Dígame. And I'm like, Grandma, what do you say? I have bipolar disorder. It's not a big deal. And so I told her, she said, dígame. ¿Por qué? Why? Tell me. And I'm like, Grandma, I was born with it. I can't help it. And so finally she said, okay, I understand. Because it's okay. Because you're actually more loony than toony anyways. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you.
And now we finally know. Let's hear it for Shay.
Oh my goodness. Like I always say, you never know what to expect here, serious. It's always incredible, funny, moving, touching, or then you just look at us and realize, damn, I'm doing a lot better in my life than I thought. I'm just kidding. All right, so we got actually some people from the next show already starting to filter in, so we're going to have to close out the night.
Because technically doors are at 7.
So we better hurry up. So should we do the thing?
Yes, let's do the thing.
You have been witness.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, now go.
You have been witness to the best, the baddest open mic in the ATX, spoken and heard live every Sunday night at Kick Butt Coffee Music and Booze. It's not just an open mic, it is a show, not a show without each and every one of you, including you, Nikki. Thank you and good night! Woo! I need a guitar.